Right, guys. So, what I thought we'd just go over and break down. I know a lot of people receive this information, and I do give it away for free, but I thought, obviously, we'll do I'll talk you through how it can work. So, the biggest thing I preach and the biggest thing that I've seen is not quoting for free. I think it's such a waste of time quoting for free. It's a fucking ball ache. It's a pain in the ass for you guys that haven't gone and quoted for free for 2 years. You don't know that yet. For the guys that are here that have quoted for over 2 years, you know that it's a fucking pain in the ass. And it's like, oh, cool, new job, but now I've got to actually price it and win it and submit it and justify all their bullshit. So, what I thought I'd do is just talk through this sheet, and see if you guys can get something out of it. Okay, so what I first broke down on this sheet was I'd put like the costs involved in a free quote. So it's just kind of funny, without being rude, racist, or whatever, there's a few specific types of people that ring up for quotes all the time. And then what I'll do is I'll just read back all these costs to them and then just be like, do you guys want me to give you all of that for free, or are you happy to pay for some of my time and knowledge? Yeah, so no need to get negative about it, but this is what I thought I'd do. Um, don't get me wrong, I feel 20 to 30% of clients out there are decent, and they will offer to pay for your quoting time, but let's be honest, they're a dime and a dozen. As we all know, sales and quoting and winning work is a numbers game, unless you're in an extremely niche market and everyone needs you and you have no competition and you're winning 100% of jobs. You are going to quote 10 and you're probably only going to win three or four. And out of those three or four, you are going to have to question, renegotiate, reprice, drop prices, compare, put up with a lot of shit. So be wary of it. What we really want to try and do is weed out 70 to 80% of these people with an initial email invitation to send us information. So what we try and do is if a client comes to us and says, hey, we want a deck built, we'll say, hey, cool, send us some photos of your backyard, roughly attach some Pinterest photos or any photos or inspiration of seeing what you would like in your backyard. Give us some rough measurements as well and a scope. Does it need a handrail? Do you want Quilla? Do you want Vitex? Do you need premium pine? Are you on a budget? Is it a rental? Find out what they're after, what their motive is, and what their drive is. If it's just a rental, they're probably just going to want to go pine. Go premium. Tell them they can stay in it every year for 1,500 to 1,800 bucks. No need to spend an extra $2 to $3 a linear meter on premium pine. So that's just a little note I would add. Um, yeah, if we were to look at a quote and a site visit, I would easily break it down to the following cost. Let's go, the average job value is 250K. So initial 30-minute phone call, there's your time. 75 bucks an hour, there's half an hour's work, $37.50 plus GST. Let's just say it's pretty central, not too far away. 15-minute drive time one way, so there and back, there's another 30 minutes, 37.5 plus GST. You could easily round that up to an hour, but anyway. Vehicle call out fee, $35, cover your fuel, cover some bullshit costs, some maintenance. I've put in 0.87 cents a K. That was off Waka Takoi Land Transport Act rates. They need to be drastically updated, I can imagine, with the cost of fuel. So you could say 25K per way, $21 plus 75 cents plus GST. 1.5 hour site visit discussing the job. This would be a conservative amount. I think an hour to 2 hours is pretty standard. $112 plus GST should be a consultant rate, 150, I think personally, but you wouldn't get away with that. 4 to 6 hours pricing time, easy. Bringing sub trades, pricing materials, getting costs off suppliers, putting it all together, packaging it up. There's a lot of time in that. That could easily be a day job, as you guys will start to find out. So, all in all, we've got a rough budget of $544.25 to do a rough quote on a renovation job. Now, don't get me wrong, there are jobs where you can just price these over the phone, or if they're maintenance jobs, hey, we need to change two doors, put some skirting on a new bedroom, and replace one sheet of ply in a laundry. Cool. Send some photos. We can price that over the phone or over email. Super quick, smart, no dramas. Um, yeah, if you're working on a decent project there, I'm sure the hourly rate could be a lot higher for pricing and site visit. I think that comes into consulting time. I mean, you won't find quantity surveyors in the commercial game for charging less than 150 bucks an hour. It's a shame in the residential space, and this is why I'm quite passionate about it. Yeah, I think builders that have been in the game for 25 plus years, 20 years, even 15 or 10, man, like learning how to quote is a fucking art. Not many people know how to quote residential work. And it should be time paid for, eh? So hence why I'm pretty passionate about this. So, how to deal with it? Let's say you get a call, an email, and a client wants a quote for a project. Instead of this, hey, yeah, sure, what's your address? I'll drop in and I'll come to your place tomorrow morning, free of charge, no dramas. I'll be there before 8 o'clock. Try, hey, thanks for calling. We're definitely interested in taking on more projects. Thanks for reaching out to us. How did you find our company? Was it a referral? Did we have good reviews online? Have you seen some of our work posted somewhere? Have a bit of a conversation. Try and find out how they got you, because if they got referred to you, you could probably drop or negotiate that price visit fee. I did another video on Instagram, like warm leads are real popular, eh? And they're good. Like, sorry, leads that come through word of mouth are warm leads. Those are the ones you want. 8 times out of 10, you'll probably get those leads if they're word of mouth. So that's why you want to build up a good repertoire of jobs. Have a wee chit chat, keep it under 10 minutes because we are going to forget all this info anyway. So at the end of the day, you just want to know what you're going to do, how you're going to go about it. Are you getting paid to quote? Are you doing it for free? When do you want the job? Um, this is when you can go and just say, hey, listen, I know you're probably used to builders seeing free quotes on their vans, free quotes on their advertising. We operate a little bit differently than other companies, but if it's possible, would you mind sending me an email with the following information? It's a little bit of upfront work for you, but this can get you out of having to pay for that site visit. If you can get good at quoting over email, I highly recommend it from a long standing like business standpoint because you can punch out 10 to 15 quotes a day and not waste any driving time versus if you're driving around all the time, you might only be able to do 5 quotes a day. Put your name in there, address, job scope, any photos, plans if possible. And I should add in there Pinterest or inspiration photos. If Jack and Jill are sitting at home on Saturday night and they see a cool fucking fancy privacy screen they want, boom, attach a photo, and then you've got some inspiration on what you're trying to give them. Please send to my email and I'll get back to you with some rough costs and we can go from there. So a good thing about this is you can very easily get like a 70 to 80% ballpark figure. Never sell them a fixed price from an email standpoint. All you're trying to do is weed out that 70%. So what you're trying to do here is give them a 70 to 80% ballpark figure, give it to them, see if they fall off the chair backwards and think, oh my God, that's too expensive. Or, hey, listen, we were thinking it was going to be around 5 to 6K. Where's our next steps? We're keen to go ahead. You haven't wasted any time. You haven't driven out to their site. You haven't spent any money. The reason why I've gone with that approach is if the owner isn't prepared to put in any work, then why should you put in any work for them? Okay. If they can't even send you a little job scope, are they really that serious about getting the job done or are they just fucking around? You'll get a gauge on whether they have plans, they know what they want, or how much experience they have with builders. This is another big one as well. You're going to get so many nasty Karens that are just absolutely horrible. You're going to get people who think they know everything, they know the trade. It should be this, it shouldn't cost that. You're going to get everything. But anyway, straight off the bat, without driving to their property, you can know roughly if this is your ideal project, if it's even something you want to tender for. This is a whole nother video on niching down into certain projects, but this might be a maintenance job and you're not chasing maintenance, or you're trying to get into the high end stuff and this isn't a high end job. So this is a good way just to cut out the weeds, find out the work you do and don't want to do without spending any money. The estimate send out. So this is where you can go back to them, maybe schedule a second phone call while we have the info in front of you and you're not on the tools, okay? You can talk over the project, talk about the specs, talk about the deadlines, your value points as a company, how you operate differently from other guys, how you work within your structure. Are you subbing all your work out? Do you have 5 guys on wages? Are you the one on the tools delivering the work every day? How do you work? Give them a bit of a feel on how your company operates, okay? And then give them the figure over the phone. Give it to them straight away. Talk numbers straight away. Don't cut the bullshit out and get straight to it. Give them the figure, see what they say, and then go into your sort of sales pitch, company structure, who's going to be doing the job, how you run, when you could start it, X, Y, and Z. Um, so what I've done here is this is like a client response answer on how I think we should. This is kind of how it would go. This is sort of what I explained just before. Oh my God, that's far too expensive, way out of our budget. Hey, no worries, absolutely fine. If you could reduce the price by doing X, Y, and Z, or I would recommend this, this, and this. Would you want to break down the project into stage 1 and stage 2? Give them some good advice, leave on a good note, move on, wish them the best. They might not go with another builder. They might wait 6 months. They might, you leave that good impression on them. They come back to you 6 months later, or they refer you to a friend. Never leave a bad taste if you can help that. Always stay on a good note. That's always the best answer or ending you can have with any client. Client response answer two. Hey, that's good to hear. We're definitely thinking around that budget. Please let us know your next steps to move forward. We spoke about that. Cool. Good. These are our next steps. Just to let you know, we don't price for free in extreme detail. If you are happy to work on that budget, all I ask for you is that you pay a buyer's commitment fee. Now, on the job value, this total job value, if it's a $500,000 job, ask for 1,500 bucks plus GST. You're going to spend a week on that. If it's your own job and you want to make sure it's right. If it's a small maintenance job, a deck, a bathroom, a little extension, maybe ask for $250 to $500 and just tell them that it's just covering your time, making sure you're serious. There's no bullshitting around. If you're genuine and they're genuine, they'll pay the fee, trust me. And you can take that off your total price estimate for the job as well. Notes to add here. The job estimate depends, it's job by job basis. So no one's going to pay a $1,500 estimate fee for a deck. You'll be very, very lucky if you get that. And please let me know if you do. Maybe a small everyone has their own flair there. I'm just trying to help sift out the tire kickers for people. I hate people getting fucked around. I've been fucked around before and I absolutely hate it. So you just want them to know that you don't work for free. You're a consultant, you're good at what you do, and you're professional. A smart little comeback, which you never really want to say on the phone, is, would you turn up to your job for free and not and expect to not get paid? I know this is a part of business, but you've got to try and get paid. That's what I really want people to start getting. Winning jobs in our game, in our industry, is a numbers game. Quote 10, win 3, or whatever industry or lane you're in. The more you can niche down, the more jobs you're going to win. You want to try and become like a specialist, get good at what you're doing. That's the ultimate goal. At the end of the day, I hope this helps. I just don't want builders pricing for free. I think it's horrible. It takes a lot of time to learn how to price. No one teaches how to price. Obviously, I want you guys selling the job, and then I'm working with you and either doing the price work, you're doing it yourself. It's a win-win scenario for everyone. Um, Let me know if anyone's got any add-ins to this. We'll be sending this out to everyone so you can get it. But hopefully you guys learned some tips out of that. This is more just like sales and tactics. We'll get more into the pricing stuff. But thanks very much for listening. Comment below any feedback. Thank you.